now. I'll just follow it for a while, then just give you guys a feel of what happens. So the first thing we have done is to come up with the company. The next thing we're going to do is to come up with the company code. Switching from my word to respond. Okay. So this is my company. There are a lot of questions. The next is my company code. So you can see from this diagram, the company is the base, is the foundation. On top of the foundation, you have the company code. That's why it is at company level you do consolidation. So you can if I want to get the financials or any information for these two blue, which are company codes, I will do consolidation at company level. So we have succeeded in creating our company. Let's create some other objects before we round up. We're giving extra 30 minutes because of the time and the issues we had. The next thing we're going to do is to create the company code, right? So just the same menu part under company, you will see company code. So I'm not leaving this screen yet. So go execute. Now you will see the option copy or edit company code data. So double click on this first one. Most of what you do in this field is to double click. So if you click once it doesn't work, please double click. Don't be Remember what you're using is a sandbox. There's You can make mistakes, but try not to select things that are outside your scope, outside what you're seeing. So let's also be careful. So go to copy, double click. Let's check for company codes. Now, I told you there are some things that we will not be doing from scratch. So once you click on that copy, there's an icon here called copy. If you put your cursor here, you will see copy organizational objects. We need to copy a company code that is in the US that can fit our purpose, right? So in SAP, like I said, we have already created company that is based in the US. So we might just adopt that structure in creating our own. So if you click on the copy sign, I'll be a little bit fast now because they are recorded. So we'll just go through them when we are done. This normally takes some time. So I've clicked on the copy sign. It's around 70%. So we'll just wait briefly for that to run through. Then once it's done, what I'll do next is to now select the company code from the country I want to adopt as my own. So we'll just give this for a few minutes. While this is running, let's check the document. So we're going to create our own company code. Yeah, remember this is an example of the blueprint document. So once we are done, so the questions you normally get from the BA must have used to elicit information from businesses. Which legal entity company codes will you have and in which country? So we have already said that there is one legal entity, XYZ. Presently we require only one company code for the same company. So we're only going to be using one company code. And they have also asked us the requirement for income tax act, blah 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 blah. So what are the legal reporting requirements? So they will tell us, okay, reporting requirements, we need to report according to IFRS, according to GAAP. So of course, in the US they use GAAP. In the US they use GAAP, right? They don't use IFRS. In the US they use GAAP. So um, so that's one of the questions you're going to ask when you do your requirement gathering. Then the next is what companies are required to use statutory chart of accounts. We will say we require only one chart of accounts. So what we are going to be seeing, let's check if, okay, wow, this is taking some time. but it will move very fast once it's done. It won't have to go through the circle again. So just give it a few minutes while I explain. So part of the requirements when we're doing the requiring gathering session was we asked uh, the reporting requirement. So we only have one type of accounts. Another thing you might need to ask is if there are any legal entities that hold minority interest. So that's basically all these questions, like I've said, are questions to, so the ones that are not available, they will say not available or not applicable. Then once we are done with the company code information, we move to the next important information, which is business area. So this is how we elicitate information from the business to be able to design the system. Yeah. So this is basically an example. Hoping this will be done pretty soon. That's what you, because I'm trying to copy, so it's trying to pull out. There are lots of companies in the database. So it's trying
Yeah.
to, yeah. So it's
I
done.
Okay, I
Okay.
wanted to ask Kelly if will there be a prompt should in case there is a duplication on a company code?
Yes, it will definitely, definitely. You can't
If there
have
is
two, right?
already existing, yeah.
Yeah, you can. So if you're creating your own, please don't use XYZ. Just use your own nomenclatures when you are creating your own codes. Yeah, use your own. So if you're doing, you can do Julius Berger, you can do Shell, anything you want to do, but make sure you are, as you're coding them, you're writing them down in your book so you don't forget what you used. So make sure you're writing them down as you're providing your own coding structure. So it's expected that you would provide your own. If you can't use XYZ one, the system will tell you one is already existing. So this, there's a requirement here, copy from. So we have to select the copy code, the company code we're copying from. So depending on when you get your server, you will see different company codes. Yeah. But what you can do is just look for the one that has US, just look for US company code or Euro. Like I said, please stick within US and Germany. I will use this one because you can see anything with IDS means that is a standard company code from SAP. All this IDS, it means it's a standard code from SAP. All this China, Korea, these are company codes that other people have created. But once you see IDS, it means that it's a standard company code delivered by SAP. So you can choose any of that depending on the city or the country you want to pick. So I'll use this. I normally use this 0005 for my own. So this is okay. This is for Germany. Let me see. Yes, I use 3000, or I think I can use 3000. You might not see the same thing in your S4, but just look for IDS. You still have to look at that again. So I'm selecting this company code 3000, or there are even company codes that I've worked with before. So let me check. There are some I've done a lot of work here. So there's one that, if there's any other one I think I like that I've used, that I've created, you can even create from my own, but it won't be on the same server. But let me copy from this guy. I like the work I did here, so let me copy from this guy. So you can copy the company code from an existing company that has already been created. But like I said, for practice, please copy the company codes delivered by SAP that are on the system. Then, once you have said from, you will now tell the system which company code do you want to send it to. So here, I'm waiting for the system to finish copying. Here, I'm going to put XYZ1, which is the company code I want it to copy to. So from is what you're copying from. Two is the new company code you want to start using. So this will take some time because of the content. But once our what I will do is that in the class that next weekend I'll repeat this. I'll repeat this same process, but I'll be very fast. But I'll do it in S4, so all of us will now see. Okay, this is ECC, this is S4. Okay, so my dev system is having some issues, so I have to restart. Let me go back again. Oh, this will not work now. I've extended my days. Let me see. Just a minute.